right. This one is an impromptu one. If you are just sat somewhere quietly and nicely listening to music, maybe you didn't expect Mansa Musa to come here by this time of the night, but tonight is a special night, you know. I was walking my somewhere, doing my something, thinking about myself. Then I was invaded pleasantly by someone from far away, Sheffield, a gentleman and his wife, his missus, his better half, invaded me. So I have to just come to the studio and come and present him to all of us. This gentleman is also a member of the NDC fraternity here in the UK, and he is vying to become chairman of NDC UK Ireland chapter. His name is Mr. Kwesi Aqua. Kwesi, welcome.
Thank you so much, Mansa Musa.
I hope driving to London is nothing new, basically, so to speak. So I can only say that you drove nicely, safely came. And why are you in London? Why did you come to London?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mansa Musa, for the opportunity given me. Before then, let me say hello to all your viewers at this odd hour. Why is Kwesi in London? Kwesi, you know, I'm a fan of Emudaho. So I came to London for party program. Now our branches have started undertaking the branch activities. So our North London branch, one of our huge branch in UK and Ireland, organized a program and they invited me to come. So I came to take part of the branch activity that took place a few hours ago, Mansa Musa.
So right. So it means you came here to do, carry out responsibilities regarding your party, NDC. I hear we all know your protracted election is definitely coming on the 7th of October. Or you think there will be any need for anyone to worry that there might be changes or something?
This time around, we hope and pray that Accra will come and give us a note that the 7th October is the 7th October. So we want the election to come on the 7th October, Mansa Musa. We had a couple of individuals that submitted what you call petition, close to 60 petition. It's most unfortunate, but however, as part of the party's principle, they will deal with it and confirm the 7th of October for us to get this thing out of the way. Mansa Musa, party members are tired, they are stressed up. They want this election to go away. We have election to fight, that is NPP in 2024, for John Dramani Mahama to become the next president. So we are hoping and pray that at the end of the election, myself, Kwesi Aqua, and whoever is elected to become the chairman of this chapter, we all support that individual. If it is I, Kwesi Aqua, yes, and I hope my other colleagues will do the same, then we start working for the party back home so that we take Nana Akufo-Addo and NPP out of the way because they have really messed the economy up, Mansa Musa.
Going around the circles, one thing I hear, or the message, or the conversation that goes around is about being able to reconciliation. We have to vote, then we have to come together. Today I heard the the mayor of Greenwich also emphasizing on that point how we need to, after the election, then we have to come together. Do you think there's the fear that this protracted election has caused some sort of lasting damage, or you think with a bit of hard work things will subside and you go back to your normal selves?
Yeah, Mansa Musa, thank you so much for the question. Whatever the situation we find ourselves, Mansa Musa, when we finish this election, we are going to repair the damage we caused. I know it's not going to be an easy task, but let me assure you, Mansa Musa, myself and couple of my other colleagues, we've all served in the branch level before. I've been a chairman for close to 13, 15 years. I formed Sheffield branch. Now I've handed over the branch to another executives. Musa, if I, Chairman Kusakwa, is elected as the chairman of this chapter, one of the key areas I'm going to work on is the chapter executives. I'll have to make sure I visit the branch executives rather. I have to make sure I visit all the branch executives, sit down with them, and ask them how best we can put this election behind us. Musa, the NDC politics starts from the branch. That is where we need to make sure we start the reconciliation from. Then all individuals who mattered will be bring on board, Musa. Let me assure you this. I will ensure that when it comes to the reconciliation, everybody who mattered in the election will be spoken to in terms of making sure that we understand why we are doing what we are doing. Musa, this election has dragged on for far too long. And it is high time, after 7th October, when Accra gives us the nod, we elect whoever will lead this chapter. We put everything behind us. Members want unity among us. So like Chairman Mbang said at meeting tonight, it is the need for us, we the leadership, to ensure that the unity that we want, we bring it on board so that our sympathizers, the party as a whole, Accra, will be happy that, look, the guys are back to business so that we can make sure that we are ready for NPP come 2024, Mansa Musa.
You are listening to Mansa Musa with this impromptu interview with Chairman Aqua of Sheffield and DC. Well, he is in London to participate in a group activity or NDC UK branch activity. And he's taking the opportunity, at least whilst he's here in London, to visit the premises of NFM Radio, to visit our portal, to see what he can do with the microphone. And so far, I can only say that he's not disappointing anyone at all. I will do is that because this was never publicized, it's going to be short. But what I want to say is I'm just getting the Facebook and YouTube, and obviously I didn't even give you time to maybe share to your people. So I'm still working on it, when I'm producing myself. You see how difficult it is. I have to do everything myself. Usually when Ben is here, Ben does everything. But so going on. So the other issue we have with these branches. No, let me ask you this way. I know you've spoken about this before, but you want to be the chairman. Why you? Why? What makes you better, unique? What do you think people should look out for, watch out for? Why, when considering this chapter, does it need, maybe the chapter is autopilot, can run itself, anybody can run it. Right. Or maybe I'm not right. It needs proper, responsible leadership. What do you say?
Yeah, Mansa Musa, thank you so much. You see, for now, we need the leadership reforms for this chapter. Now, the reason why I'm putting myself down to contest for this chairman position is that Mansa Musa formed the branch from the beginning. I mean, I started Sheffield branch from scratch, and I've built the branch and I've handed over the branch. I've been NDC through and through all along. I did not stop there, Mansa Musa. I went to Scotland. I made sure I was the gentleman who initiated the formation and bring Scotland NDC. I did not stop there, Mansa Musa. If you talk of France NDC, for the first time, through my effort, through my push, we have first NDC branch formed in France. We are pushing to get the chapter status. So, Chairman Kwesiakwa, I have the experience in branch activities, in the leadership activities. Musa, if you are a leader, all what a leader does is that, look, you have to lead a team. And I know I have a team I'm going to work with. If I become a leader of this chapter, UK and Ireland, the first thing I'll first do is to make sure that my executives, I'll sit down with them, We look at how best we can reform the structures in place, how best we can make sure that members across the branches are well catered for. Branch business is going to be one of my key area. It's an area I'm going to insist on because I'm a branch person now moving into the chapter level. So it is very important that, look, we elect a leader who understands the dynamics of the branch in the diaspora. Because ROPA is coming, there's a need to start working, bringing all the members together. Mansa Musa, it's something that, as a party, we need to work on it. It's very important. So I'm putting myself down to lead the party in terms of the experience I have in this party, NDC. I did not start my party business in the UK and Ireland. I started from Ghana in 1996. I worked with Sylvester Minster at La Dadikotopon. So when you talk about NDC politics and experience, Mr. I think I'm ready for it. I'm ready to serve you guys. Trust Kwesiakwa, and Kwesiakwa will make sure that I'll be the leader who listens. And I'll be the leader who, in executives meetings, I'll make sure the decision we reach at executives meeting will be a decision that we have to implement for the party, Mansa Musa. That's why I'm putting myself down to lead this party so that I can bring my reforms idea together.
One of the, how do I say it, one disadvantage on your part or the advantage for your opponents is that you live far away from the city center, right, or from Accra, not Accra, from London. You don't live in London. What do you say to that? You think you can still have, be able to manage safely and satisfactorily if you are given the chance to do so? At this time, I don't know if you can give your phone to my producer so that she, to share. I've sent you the links for Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to share, if you want to do it yourself, you want to multitask, fine, that's fine. So let's go on talking.
Right.
Otherwise, I can play music and give you a few minutes.
Right. I've shared it to one of our big platforms for the party. Okay. So the question you were asking, that others are talking, saying that I'm not in London. Yeah. Is that the case?
Yes. So you will not be effective as if you were living in London. That's what they are saying.
Musa, let me say something that you don't know and some of my NDC colleagues don't know. 2018, I was a member of the chapter electoral committee that started working to bring in these current executives. With the support of my wife, who understands what I'm doing for my party, I don't have a problem, Mansa Musa. My two boys are now big boys. They are living in Leicester. That's where they work. So I have enough time for the party.
Right.
So when I was serving the party, I was coming to London every now and then. I was doing the party business. At a point in time, Mansa Musa, I have to sacrifice and stay in my car for 4 hours nap before I travel. But let me assure you, I think I've started working on getting accommodation in London. My fingers are crossed. If perchance the good Lord himself opened the doors for me to be the chapter leader of this party, Musa, rest assured, I'm coming to stay close to your next door to make sure that I'm ready to serve the party and the members. So my brothers and sisters in London who want to vote for me, let me tell you that rest assured, when Kwesiakwa get the nod, my being with you will be my priority. So that shouldn't be an issue. I've served before. I've done a lot of series of serve for the party. I was the vice chairman for the JDM fund racing in 2020. And I did a great job for the party, Mansa Musa. So as for that issue, those who are having that notion that, Kwesiakwa is outside London, please, that is not an issue at all. That is not. You see, let me say one thing. One of our vice chairman called Soko Azoka. There's a gentleman called one of our vice chair. He was in Tamale. When he had a position to become a vice, he's moved to Accra. He's doing his business nicely. So Kwesiakwa shuffled 2 or 3 hours drive from Sheffield to London to be the chairman of the chapter. It's not a big deal at all. So all the voters should rest assured.
So obviously, people in London are making too much of that notion that unless you are in London, it means you don't.
Musa, Mr. Shinim, but London, me say, coming to London, the only thing is to relocate. And even within a short time, I will make sure what is important is.
So it means if there's a need to relocate as a word, then it won't be a problem for you.
No, it is. It's not. I've spoken to a couple of friends and I'm working on. You know, my wife has given me the go ahead and permission. Look, well, the kids are not here, so hey.
Talking about your wife and the kids, it means on that side, on that score, you will have the advantage of having grown-up kids that you don't have to father or parent all the time, and so you should have that advantage over the rest, who I can say or we know have very young children who they have to be around all the time and everything. I mean, people will say, for me, I don't see it in your writings plenty. Maybe you do write, or maybe you write in certain platforms that I don't see. But why don't you make much of that fact? Because we need people who will do more than the official schedule, you understand? The official program for the year. Maybe you have 5 or 10 main meetings. You have some other things. We need somebody who will say, hey, well, what is it? Either good news or bad, maybe funeral or anything. Hey, somebody is coming impromptu from Accra. We need somebody who will not say, oh, on Friday I have to go to my kids' Father's Day, this and that and that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my question is, we are not making more of that. Why?
Yeah, Mansa Musa, thank you so much for this question. Honestly, I think it's a bit of a mistake on my part, which I should have pushed it out there early enough. And I think
let me stop you and ask, who is your advisor? Sack him and employ him.
I think Ivans, we spoke. I have my campaign chairman called Ivans Danko. He's a very brilliant chairman. He's worked so hard.
I didn't ask for chairman. I said advisor.
Advisor, yes.
I don't want Ivans to
No. And I think a couple of people have advised me. And yourself, I think you advised me on that. Look, Mansa Musa, let me say this straightforward here. My kids are grown up. They are not staying with me. They are working. My first boy works with the NHS, so he's almost like a line manager.
Sure.
My second son is a qualified pharmacy working. They are all living in Leicester. So, Musa, I have plenty of time on my plate. I'm ready to serve this party. Since 1996, I started serving the party. This is not the time for me to turn back. Now that I have a lot of hours, plenty of time to serve, I have a better opportunity than my other opponent in terms of, like the question you have put across. I mean, I don't have that responsibility much. I have more time for the party and the party duties, So I would like to challenge voters. Let's elect somebody who have plenty of time in terms of managing the responsibility of the party business.
Yes.
It is very important. Chairman Kwesiakwa have that time. Chairman Kwesiakwa have that responsibility. So let me assure you.
Have you made this point to Accra people? Because it's very important. Okay, for the time remaining, let's say 12 minutes more, what would you say to Accra if you have to address them? Anything at all as to advice to how to get on with the challenge with, what's the name? The not the Attorney General, the EC. Then also the Bank of Ghana thing. I mean, a lot is going on. So what do you want to tell Accra?
Yeah, the message I will send across to Accra is that I think our leadership in Accra know exactly what to do. But in terms of the colossal amount of money this government has wasted in terms of the country called Ghana, it is just too much, Musa. 120 billion. That's Nana Akufo-Addo took over in terms of our debt profile. They've added close to 600 billion. And we don't know what to do, what they have done with the money. What I want to tell Accra is that it is time that they help us to reform or resolve the problem, the challenges we are facing in the chapter here, so that we come to support Accra with our finances. We are ready to come in to support the party. We are ready to come and be a polling agent. Or some of our colleagues we've spoken to, they said that, look, we are ready to come and help win the election 2024 because our brothers and sisters in the diaspora across, they are saying that we are ready. So Accra, we want to beg you, we want to get this election out of the way by 7th October. Then we put our stretchers in place in UK and Ireland. Then we can come to Ghana in full vim to come and help the party. So on that note, I would like to say thank you so much, Mansa Musa. Sir, I'm Akunya Kakre, and you
want to run away? Are you tired? You see,
no, I'm not.
I was thinking I'm the one tired, and we have still 10 minutes for bed.
No, Mansa Musa,
since you want to run away.
Mister, I'm not running away because I thought that was the last question. But if you think you have more, I'm ready for.
Let's talk a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot going on in Ghana.
Mansa Musa, there's one more thing I want to add. Me, Chairman Kusakwa, I've asked this question time and time and again, and I'm going to ask this. You see, the free SHS policy that this government brought, Nana Akufo-Addo brought, is good. Free SHS, even in this country, they do the community free SHS system, is good. But the first question I want to ask, that we the party we need to ask this government is that, the free SHS that they brought in, where is the policy document? What is in it? In terms of the kids who's coming out from the secondary school to university.
This is a serious question. Why do you think people, even some of your communicators in Accra, are not asking? Because this is a major policy. And yet it is being done, as we say in Ghana language, try my way, do as you go. It's not right, is it?
Musa, it is a big problem that as a political party NDC, we need to tackle it. We don't have to let the Nana Akufo-Addo move out of the scene without showing us where the policy document is located. Because, Musa, you see, in the United Kingdom, they run a free secondary school system. It is all day-based system. Okay? If you go to the secondary schools, they have the science lab and everything built for the kids to learn from. There's a policy which is well controlled. They have the Ofsted system which monitors the kids' education in this country.
Yes.
They have an Ofsted who monitor the kids' progression in terms of education. So that when the kids is moving away from secondary school, they can go to college, they can go to sixth form, they can go to technical education or vocational education. It's all planned up.
Yes.
Ghana today, we are running a free SHS policy, a system where we don't have a policy document. Nobody knows what is in there. So that a child who is coming out from secondary school, and if he hasn't got the grades that will take him to maybe university, where is the child going? There should be a policy in place. And you see, it's so shocking that we all sit back and we are not asking that leading question. Where is the policy document, NPP? Free SHS, where is the policy document?
Where is the policy?
It is very important, Mansa Musa. So my party should need to challenge this government, NPP, that look, before Nana Akufo-Addo leave power, wherever the policy document.
The reason being is that when you people, if it's not a matter of if, but when you come to power, you are going to have problems. Then they will turn around and say, when you start having problems, they say you have come to spoil or damage the free SHS program.
Right.
So we should have the paperwork in place,
right,
so that you can follow and see if it is tenable. For me, previously, I was also saying that it's not tenable to do boarding school free education. But judging from the money that these people have had, even with our very expensive model of boarding house being free, they should still have enough money to have done it properly. You understand?
Agree.
If we are not going to build the buildings to do day community, and we want to insist that that model of boarding house free, the money they have had, they should have enough money to run this thing properly. So you people must insist on a paperwork that should be in place so that you can follow, or you can show Ghanaians transparently, look, this is what is written here that they were using to, and so everyone will see whether it will work or not, so that you find yourself in it. But let me go on. Okay, make a comment.
You see, Mansa Musa, I want to plead with John Dramani Mahama, if he gets to listen to this tape, as soon as he take over from this government, from day one, he should institute what we call a proper forensic audit of the state. Everything must be audited.
Yes.
Before he gets himself settled. If he doesn't do that forensic auditing, then these people will turn around and blame him. So I want to plead with him. You see your cameras. I want to blame him that he should insist on the forensic auditing of the state to know exactly what has gone wrong before he fully settled down. Because if he doesn't do that, they will turn around and blame him that, oh, he's not able to manage. So I want to plead with him. When the chance comes and the good Lord himself opened the doors for him to come again to serve Ghanaians, JDM, Chairman Kwisakwa is pleading with you. We need a total forensic audit of the state, from financial operation to education and everything, so that tomorrow some people will not blame you. These people has messed this system too much. Even Kwame Nkrumah, when he took over this state called Ghana without nothing, he managed to build something. He left something behind. When Kwame Nkrumah left office, he had things, stretches for him to show. These people, 600 billion Ghana cedis, Musa, what have they used the money for? Free SHS. The management of it alone, Musa, it's a problem. So
we have some few minutes left. What do you want to say regarding this EC belligerence? That's a word. You want to say, oh, you're going only to register in
the
district offices. Really? I heard some, I don't know, maybe you two hear some argument.
Yes.
But I heard some argument between Sami Jemfi and some other NFP. Even, let's just admit, okay, the EC can decide what to do. Let's just admit, I know it's wrong, I mean, it's not so. The Constitution stipulates what they have to do. But let's assume that they have the discretion over this. The question is, this arrangement, is it the best? And why should they do that? Is it money? Because they have the money. If it's not the best, why do it?
Well, sir, let me use one phrase. I call it impunity. This government, they are operating on impunity because we have a constitution that says that any Ghanaian who gets to 18 should be registered and should be given the right to vote. So if the electoral commissioner hasn't gotten that impunity from somewhere, he won't have the audacity to do what he's doing. So I think the other political parties has gone to court on that matter.
5, including yourself?
Yes, they've gone to court on that matter. We need to insist that, look, whatever tools at our disposal to force this system, we have to do it. How do we want somebody in the village to travel all the way from another village with people to come to a district to come and register? How about if he comes and this thing doesn't take place? Is he going to sleep there or is he going to go and come back? What sort of arrangement is this? Musa, Ghanaians, this very group, we need to stop them. We are not saying that it is a showdown, like somebody said, but it is time we need to vote NPP out of power. NPP, they finish. That's why even Alan Kojo Chamatin has left the scene. Everything is gone haywire. It is time to vote them out. What this NPP government has done, they've shown Ghanaians, Musa, it is enough. It is enough. So it is time that, look, we make sure that NPP is out of the way. The incompetence of this group, the sleaziness, the corruption, the way they've done to the country, it's Musa. You see, one interesting thing is, I keep saying, if me Kwisakwa, I'm the president of the country. My first 4 years in office, the amount of money the state will give me to develop the state, Musa, I will make sure I focus on the roads. Building the roads infrastructure is part of the economy. So I wonder why this government has refused to make sure at least 50 to 60% of our roads are fixed with this 600 billion colossal sum of money. What have they done with all the money, Mansa Musa? We have a fight on our hands. I want to plead to all our branch executives back home, all our electoral areas back home. We want to plead with them. elections are won at the election station, polling stations. Please, let's work together at the polling stations. The branch executives, the branch chairman, the constituency executives, the constituency chairmen, let's work together with one unity so that we can take power out from these people. Ashanti region, we need to go there. All those that matter in NDC, we beg you, let's move to Ashanti region and be polling agents there so that we stop the stealing that goes on in Ashanti region, because the presidential election is won in Ashanti region. So I want to plead with the party, whatever it will take for us to put in place the structure that will fight the system. Please, let's do it as one body. And I know now we have a new director of election in the person of Boama, Dr. Boama. I think with his experience, his ideas, we are waiting for his ideas and direction, and we work together as a team, Mansa Musa.
So, now, let's do a bit of the regional geopolitics.
Right.
I hear you are in support of Tinubu to go to war. I hear somebody told me that Kwesi Akwa is in support. That Kwesi Akwa is in support. Kwesi Akwa want Tinubu and Kufuor. Kufuor, who doesn't now, Ghana doesn't even have control over its economy.
That's right.
But they want to go to war. And I hear you, Mr. Kwesi Akwa, you are in favor.
No,
tell me something.
No, Musa, I'm not in favor. Mr. You see, I'm not in favor. Now the military guys have taken over the country already. You don't know the sort of arsenals at the disposal of the military guys. So when you go there to fight the military junta, you end up killing more people. That is not what politics is all about. They have taken over. It is all because of bad leadership in Africa by some leaders within the continent. That is why we are where we are. Our resources which is being dissipated. So I want to plead with all our leaders, African leaders. We don't need any war to explode in West Africa. They should go in and they should go and do what you call negotiation. We need a diplomatic resolution for that matter. They should sit down with the juntas and come out with a timetable. They should make sure that we get what we call a West African system that works for all of us. We don't need a fight. Musa, before I land on this matter, let me say one thing. Musa, you know West Africa that we are struggling. We have Anglophone and Francophone. Now the problem we are having with this ECOWAS, this ECO, which is not working, we need to sit down and look at it and see how best we can fix.
You mean the currency?
The currency. Musa, we need to sit down and fix the problem. The Anglophones countries that constitute of Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia, Sierra Leone, all the Anglophone countries should sit down and say that, look, the West African ecosystem is not working. So we, the Anglophones, let's sit down, let's get our united currency, then we can bring the Francophones in. Musa, when we do this sort of practice, it can work for the system. Than waiting to have this Francophone and Anglophone with one echo. It's not working. So we beg. The economic system within the West Africa is not working the way it should work. So the technocrats within the West Africa, they should sit down and look at how best they can restructure our economic structure within the West Africa. Then the citizens will be happy. These military coups and the juntas taking over to stop. So that the whole West Africa will have one economic, what you call, arrangement for our citizens, so that everything will be fine and nice, Musa. So those are the things I'll say. But Tinubu, we beg you, don't send any soldiers to that place. It's not good enough. Let's go and negotiate and resolve the matter using the diplomatic means.
Clever.
That's what we need.
Clever. Well said. Beautifully explained. Thank you very much, Mr. Kwesi Akwa.
Yo, Mansa Musa, answer na makono meda waside enyubri ama makonya na menyi friends and NDC for kasa. Yesra one of wofi NDC for wofi awete masupam. Yesra we na woman na yenka ya etembo ye juma. Ne yemfa John JDM back to power. And my last message go to the chapter NDC UK and Ireland chapter. Please, enough of the infights within us. Enough. We should all stop. What we need is unity. Let's come together and elect executives to leaders. Only one person can become a chairman. Only one person can become a chapter secretary. And only one person can become a chapter organizer. After all, a chapter executive position is an administrative position. It is the branches that is where the work is done. And me, Kwesakwa, will insist that we give all the branches what they need to operate the branches, to recruit, so that when we work at this as a team and put all this sort of infighting behind it. This election has taken too long, over 1 year. Kwesakwa is bringing his reforms if he's elected. We need a change in this chapter. Those who have served, thank you. You should move on. Let's get a new set to come in to reform this chapter. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Thank you to you all.
Right, so that was Chairman Kwesi Akwa impromptu interview this night. Like I said, we cannot do more because of time factor. I insisted that they come to visit my studio. They know they have to travel very far. I think 4 hours drive or something. So we will allow him to go, and hopefully it won't be the last time. Next time when he's in Ghana, hopefully we'll get him to come and do more of what he does best. Thank him and thanking his what we call it, his number one supporter. That is his Mrs. Akwa. Are you?
Thank you so much for that. And again, before we go, let's see, Musa. The victory of NDC is coming again. Let the people say, Ijobodo say, Ijobodo say.
Unfortunately, I can't join you.
Let the people say. We are coming again. MPP, beware. Thank you, Mansa Musa.
Oh,